Okay, we're recording this session now. Welcome everybody. This is the Oracle card practice session. So we're going to be doing some live readings for people who are here, and we're going to take turns. So one person's going to tell us what's going on in their life, and we're going to pull cards for them. So you can ask questions about your love life, your friends, your family, your job, your money situation, your health, all those kinds of things. And everybody who's here watching is going to pull cards for each other. And we have about 5 live viewers right now. You know what? I just forgot my cup of tea across the room. Hi, Talia. Welcome. Hi, Margie. We have 7 viewers right now, plus me. So we'll see how many people we can read for in this hour-ish time we're going to spend together. So everybody who just came in, I want you to type in the chat box, let us know where you're from and your level of experience with Oracle cards. I'm going to grab my tea because my throat hurts a little bit and I forgot to bring it over here with me. So hold on one second. Okay, so Marta's from Canada, welcome. Margie from Iowa is a beginner with Oracle cards. Chris from Australia is also a beginner. Chris, what time is it in Australia right now? I know there's like different time zones in Australia, and I'm always trying to learn like, what time is it in Australia when I'm doing these things? Hi from Cadillac. Where's Cadillac? Anyway, nice of you guys to join us. 10:06 a.m. Okay, cool. 7 a.m. in Perth, 10:06. Chris, where are you in Australia? You must be on the other coast. Melbourne. Okay, sweet. Awesome. Well, I'm glad Australians could join. I always feel bad when, sometimes like there's no time I can choose where every single person in my tribe can join because we have people all over the world. So it's great when Australians, the time works out for Australians to join us. So, all right, let's review. We're going to review the kind of 8-step process that we worked on last week in the Oracle Card Challenge, if you joined us then. We learned an 8-step process to read cards. So we're going to review that before we start. And then we're going to have, so think about this, put this in your head for a moment. If we have some live viewers who are feeling brave to hop on their camera and get on with me to talk a little bit about what's going on in their lives and how we can help them with an Oracle card reading. If nobody wants to get on live, nobody's brave, they can just type in the chat box, but it's kind of fun when they can come on live and talk on camera with me. Then we can all practice reading Oracle cards for them and see what we come up with. But let's review the steps first, okay? So step 1 is to center. Melanie H. from Canada, welcome. So first, step 1 is to center. So let's all do this for a minute. Just like take a minute. And depending on how you're feeling, you can meditate for anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes, who knows, if you're having a really crazy day. Sometimes it's okay to just take a breath. I like to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. It's very centering to like roll your shoulders down and back and put your feet flat on the floor. And really feel into your body, feel into your heart center. Because when we read Oracle cards, we want to kind of jump over our ego mind and go straight to our heart and our body because that's where our intuition lives. Also, like down in your second chakra area, which is like your pelvic area, that's where your intuition lives too. So you can get a lot more intuition from your body than from your head. So that's what we're kind of focusing on. Just imagine all of your energy going down into your body. And out of your head, like I actually, when I close my eyes, I just see clairvoyantly, I see my energy is way out here because I've been like connecting with people on Facebook, I've been emailing, you know, stuff like that. So my energy is like not even in my head. It's like outside of my head. So I am imagining it all coming in through my crown chakra, going down into my heart, and then all the way down into my root chakra, and then all the way back up and charging all my chakras all the way to the top of my head. So just take a couple more breaths here. All right, I'm feeling a lot more centered. Chris says, Chris, I'm not sure if I should say she or he, sorry. Chris says that they would join on video, but they don't know how. It's okay, Chris, I can turn you on the video. You don't have to do anything. So if you're up for it. Julie says no. Chrissy, okay, so she. All right. Julie says no, she didn't do her hair and makeup. All right, Julie, that's okay. You can just type in the chat box if we have time to do your question today. That's no problem. Okay, so step one is to center. I just did that a little bit. Breathing into your video. Breathing into your video. I was reading Margie's comment. Breathing into your heart and your body. All right, so step two is to do an invocation. So you can totally personalize your invocation. I always suggest when you start out your reading, you're setting an intention that everything that comes forward is for your greatest good and the greatest good of anybody who you're reading for. And you're calling on any angels or guides to assist you. So I'll give you a sample of my invocation that I always use, and you guys can follow along and just send some good vibes to support this. And if you have another angel guide that you like to call on to do readings, go ahead and do that just out loud or in your head. So I want to call on all of my angels and guides and everyone who's in the chat rooms, angels and guides, to come assist with this reading today, especially Archangel Michael, Raphael, Shamuel, Uriel, Jophiel, Metatron, Ariel, and any other angel or guide who can assist. We ask that all the information that comes forward is for everyone's greatest good, and that we only hear from the highest vibration beings in the light. Okay, so now we're open for reading. So anything that happens from here on out, so you want to start really paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, your impressions. I remember one time when I was doing a reading, I suddenly had a taste in my mouth. It tasted like rum and Coke. And it turned out that rum and Coke was somebody's grandpa's favorite drink, and he was trying to connect. So pay attention to everything that you sense from now on, because the reading is open, your intuition is open. All right, so step three, we're going to ask an empowering question. So we'll get back to that in a minute once we get somebody on. We'll talk more about how to ask an empowering question. We'll make sure that they have an empowering question. Step four is to choose our spread. So we'll do that in a minute too, once we find out what our question is. Talia, hold on one second. We're just reviewing first, and then we'll get to the questions. Okay, so step four is to choose your spread. So different kinds of spreads we might do. We might do a past, present, and future. We might do a decision making, different things like that. I'll guide you guys through that. Okay, and then step five is to shuffle the cards. Step six is to draw the cards, and you can do this any way you want. Then step seven is to read the cards, and that's when you guys are going to be typing in the chat box. So you're just going to type like whatever comes to your mind. You're just going to let it loose and just let it fly, and don't censor yourself, which is kind of hard to do because usually we're in the habit of censoring ourselves, and we're kind of thinking, ooh, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or like I want them to like me. You know, you have all these like this kind of narration in your mind, but you want to do your best, just let go of that and just say anything that comes up. And the last part then is to say thank you and to close the reading, which we'll do at the very end of this. Okay, so Chrissy, are you ready? You were the first one to say that you were up for getting on the video, so are you ready to pop on? Oh, Marta said she'd volunteer too. Cool. So Chrissy was the first one, and I actually can pop on. Chris says, okay, all right, so I'm pushing the button. Here we go. Hello. I think you're muted. Let me fix this. Okay, I think you're unmuted. Say something.
Hello.
There we go.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Okay, so let's talk about your empowering question. So are you familiar with the empowering question? Did you see that part of the challenge last week?
I believe it's where you ask a question that directs you in a positive way to make a change. You're asking your guides to give you direction where you can make the change in a positive way. Is that correct?
Yeah, and also to leave out the word should from your question, because should's not a very empowering word. So you don't need to say should, because there's not really a should. It's more just like your greatest good. And also to leave out the will I from the question, because like asking a question like, when will I get married, is not a very empowering question, because it's assuming that you have no agency in creating that situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so tell us a little bit about what's going on, what we can help you with.
Wow, I was really, really ill for the past 2 years, and this year I've recovered my health, and my kids are growing up and exploring their own world, and I'm looking for a new direction in my life, and I'm sort of wondering which direction's a path. I think I'm finding my right way, but I'm not entirely sure. And I'm finding it hard to trust my intuition and not listen to my ego. I think my ego is holding me back a lot. So I guess my question would be, am I following the right path? Are the signs that I'm feeling and sensing and finding, are they my intuition or my ego? Is that a question?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm trying to think, because I find with cards, I think it's even more helpful to be a little bit more specific. Like, is there a specific like situation that you're wondering about, and you're wondering like, is this my ego or is this my intuition? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a specific decision that you're considering?
Well, as my children are growing older, I'm considering I'd like to stay home to be around for my kids, but I also would like a life for myself as they leave.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'm quite ready for that yet.
Okay, so maybe we could draw two cards, one for staying home longer and one for going back to work. Is that the other option?
New career path, perhaps.
Okay.
I've been a mum for a long time.
Yeah, so then we can compare the two. This is usually very useful to draw two cards that way. We can kind of compare the two cards and see which one feels lighter, which one feels more positive. So let's be a little bit even more specific with your question and say, like, maybe the first one's going to be stay home for 1 more year or 6 more months, or what would you like us to ask for as far as like a time frame?
I'm thinking about a year approximately.
Okay, so stay home for 1 more year, or start working right now towards a new career.
Yeah, or studying, or start studying, perhaps, or
studying or working,
or should I go down the same career path I've always done, but just part-time, perhaps?
Okay, so there's a lot of options. So we're gonna keep it to kind of staying where you are now, staying at home, or doing something new. Let's just keep it at that for now and see and then you'll kind of get an answer to the question that you were having about, like, is this my ego? Is this my intuition, by what comes up here?
Yep, so, brilliant.
All right, so for everybody who's reading at home, you're gonna draw two cards. One is for Chrissy to stay home for 1 more year. And the second card is to dive back in and start a new career, or restart her old career even, but do something career-wise, okay? So sometimes I have to write that down. 2 cards is okay, I'll remember, but sometimes I have to write those down when I'm gonna like draw certain cards for different situations, because I'll forget. Because your mind, when you're doing intuitive stuff, your mind isn't working the same way as it is, when you're like, so sometimes it's hard to remember like 2 or 3 things. So All right, so everybody grab your cards. I am going to use the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. And these are actually relationship questions, or these are relationship cards, and this isn't exactly a relationship reading, but that's okay. It still feels like the right deck to use. All right, so I'm actually going to clear these before, since this is the first reading, I'm going to clear these. So I'll knock on them with my dominant hands, kind of dust the energy system here, and just hold them to get them attuned to my energy. And I'm setting an intention that this is for Chrissy's greatest good and everybody else who I might read for tonight. Okay, so everybody grab your cards and shuffle and choose 2 cards, however that happens. Sometimes when you're shuffling, you'll have jumpers fall out, and those are your cards. Like this just happened here, so that's one. So when that happens, and I'm drawing 2 cards now, so I'm gonna ask, actually, double check which one is this. So is this for staying home for 1 more year, or is this for going back to work? All right, I'm getting going back to work. All right, so I'm gonna get 1 more card and see if another one pops out here. And if not, whoa, there we go. Oh, 2 more popped out. Okay, so, all right, these are both for staying at home. So there's 2 cards for staying at home. Interesting. Okay, so hopefully everybody at home's keeping up here. You have your 2 cards. So I'm just gonna give everybody a second to look at the cards and to type in the chat box what you're getting. So you're gonna, what I do, I have all my cards face down right now, and then I'm gonna turn them over one at a time. I don't turn them all over at once because it's kind of overwhelming. So turn them over one at a time and look at each one, and then I'll look at all of them together. Okay, so I'm seeing Julie writing in. So Julie, what else do you get about your cards? What else, what's your first instinct? Sorry, Acer, I forgot what your first name is. Wow, she got, for the one where we asked the question, like, should you stay home for 1 more year? It said a year from now. and the second one said perfect timing. So that is interesting.
Brilliant.
Are you using, I think you're using this deck. I have this deck too. Okay, so the cards I was getting, okay, I'm going to tell you what I got, and then we'll go back and read some more of these. So that's interesting because I got a choose your battles. This is about staying home. So this is about choose your battles and giving and receiving. So they seemed related to me in like balance and making sure that you're not giving up too much to do that on your own. And I don't know, this choose your battles one feels kind of heavy. Like it would be a sacrifice for you, or it would be kind of it just feels heavy. It feels kind of like a disappointment or something, or just kind of like a, you know, like a not excited, not passionate, not like, woohoo, this is great. Just kind of like, okay, but maybe not the best, not like the bright, shiny, woohoo. And so the other card I got for going for it, as far as pursuing some type of work outside, this one is nurture. And this one is actually a big card in this deck that is, that signifies a life change. So it does go along with that. And like this woman like reaching out and like really blossoming and having this energy. It looks very positive for the situation that you're considering. As far, I mean, the reaching out part, blossoming, blooming, like all of those things I think are good signs for that. So when I look at these two against each other, this one feels, I mean, this is not bad, the option of staying home. It's not bad. It's just like, like not super exciting. It's fine. This one is a little bit more exciting. This one is a little bit more like potential to grow and change. This one is more about you, which makes sense because, you know, if you're staying home, it's kind of about your family. This one's more about you.
Yeah.
So let's see what other people are getting here. Okay, Julie's kind of getting the opposite with that. She's feeling like it's better to stay home for a while. So that's interesting. So that totally happens sometimes, because sometimes, you know, okay, what's coming to me with that, because Julie's kind of getting the stay home and enjoy yourself, that's making me think maybe the part-time job or the part-time going back to school or something is good, because that's what happens a lot of times. If you get what seems like maybe conflicting messages, sometimes it's a combination of the two things together that's really going to be the best. And since we didn't exactly ask that, that's how they're kind of trying to let us know. Marie said, the first card for starting in 6 months or a year said, let go of fear now. That's interesting. Let's see. So Margie said, you have time for staying home, and Bridget, we are one for starting a new career. Interesting. Dawn said, first card said, stay home, contented personal life. Second card said, expand your horizons, creativity, take flight. Okay. So those are both positive that Dawn got for you with that, which kind of also makes sense with potentially the part-time option, because then you're staying home and you're, you know, being creative. Marta said that she got allow yourself to receive. I got that too, because I got this giving and receiving card. So that's always good, right, Marta? When you get something that's very similar to what somebody else got, that always helps you to feel like, oh, like I'm tapping into something here. I'm not just making this up completely, you know? Oh, wow. Marie's card said your children are watched over by angels. That's awesome.
My mother-in-law passed while I was pregnant with my twins, so she only got to meet my eldest daughter. And my youngest daughter was born with very bad heart problems and had to have 2 open heart surgeries. So that makes you feel much better.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a good comment here from Margie. This is good to know. So Bridget is a Celtic goddess who can help you specifically. So that's nice when you have a deck of cards that's goddesses or archangels. You can actually connect with the energy of that goddess. I don't have one here with me, but you know, what would be great, guys, too, is if you want to post some of these in the Facebook group so that we could see the cards. So, by the way, when we do this in the Intuitive Oracle course, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about that. We have everybody on the video at the same time when we do this in a small group. So then it's easier to like immediately see the cards, which is nice. But then a lot of times we'll go and we'll post pictures in the Facebook group too, so you can kind of get a closer look. Okay, so is this resonating for you?
Definitely.
So how is that making you feel? Does it make you feel like your intuition has been on the right? Is it making you feel like validated in what you were kind of considering already?
Yeah, I've been feeling a lot of pressure to go back to work, and internally I'm wanting to blossom, like you were saying, the hand reaching out. I've wanted to be myself again and not just mum, which I have been for so long. But because my little one is still only 6, I do still have that feeling of I have to protect and be there and nurture and care for her still. But at the same time, with my oldest daughter being 17, it's time for me to grow as a person. because eventually they're all going to be over 17 and there'll still be me. So
Yeah.
the patchwork study, staying at home, giving and receiving, resonate, and the giving me the comfort that the angels are protecting my children. That really helps my heart.
Right, especially if you're doing your own thing and you don't have quite as much attention on them, maybe as you did before. Like the angels are there for them. You know, you don't have to give that. Like they don't have to get everything from you. They have their own angels and their own guides and all of that. So.
Yeah, my little one's actually very into it. She has her own little crystal that she, talks to
cool.
with, and so that's what keeps all the bad dreams away at night and things. So yeah, she's very open, very receptive to it. So
and Zimma also drew a card. I know this card from the Angel Therapy deck. It says Indigo and Crystal Children. It says Metatron, Archangel Metatron says you have a bond with children and you can help children who are sensitive. So that goes along with that.
Yeah, I was looking at helping a teacher's aide, possibly in the future.
Oh, well, that's even more information. See, okay, so this is a side note for everyone who's practicing their reading skills. So Zimma posted that, but she that hasn't even come up, right? That's an option she was considering for her work, a teacher's aide. We didn't know that. But that's what's really nice, because Zimma might draw that card and kind of go, what is this about? But you say it anyway. And then the person you're reading for, a lot of times they have some kind of connection, like, oh yeah, that is actually something I was thinking about. I just hadn't mentioned it yet. So that happens a lot. And so if you start to doubt yourself and you pull a card like that and you're like, what is this? I don't know. She hasn't said anything about this. Just tell her about it anyway, because a lot of times she will have a connection. Or if she does, and if she doesn't right away, don't think that means you did something wrong. A lot of times that means that she might realize what it is in the next week or the next month or something, like right after you get done with the reading. Who knows? I get emails a lot of times from clients where they're like, now I understand why you said blah blah blah. They're like, I didn't remember this at first, but now so
yeah, it also goes along with the release of fear, because that was something I thought, oh, maybe I won't be good enough to do it, or I'm too old to go back to do that, or so letting go of that fear of going into that area of field, that sort of resonates too.
Yeah, well, awesome. So does that help you? Does that give you some clarity?
It's been fabulous. You're all amazing.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Awesome. Okay, let's do. Okay. Thank you, Chris. Well, that was awesome, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Zimma says, I missed your comment, Zimma, earlier. You said that you felt like all 4 of the jumpers related to yourself, but now you know they were for her. I would say they're for both of you. So that is the really cool thing about doing oracle card readings, is that you end up reading for yourself and your sitter. The sitter is the person who you're reading for. So Chrissy just now was our sitter. See, you do get information for yourself. Like I get that all the time, that the stuff, like I'm like listening to myself talking about some cards I drew, and I'm like, that is great advice for me too. So that totally makes sense to me, Zimma, that you could relate to the cards you drew for her. And that's like a special thing about you personally doing the oracle card reading versus an app or something, is that you pull stuff in through your special lens and you connect with that person, and like the 2 of you co-create the reading, if that makes sense. And that's partly why we get like slightly different information too sometimes, because it's coming through our own lens. So maybe some of the people who are getting more of a leaning towards Chrissy taking a break, taking time off, maybe that's for you too. Maybe you need a break and you need some time off. So just a thought. Okay, let's see. Let me check in here with what are we doing? All right, let's do one more. Cool, Zimma says that makes perfect sense. All right, so it looks like Talia has her hand raised to go on video. All right, so we'll bring Talia on to chat for a minute here. So guys, while we're talking to Talia to ask her empowering question, it's a great idea to clear your deck again while be like in between reading for a second person. So you can do that. Hello. Trying to unmute you. I don't know why. Here we go. Okay, I think you're unmuted. Say something. Uh-oh.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, there she is. You got frozen for a second. Uh-oh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
keeps
too.
Does it keep going out, the video?
Yeah, it's kind of coming. It's kind of fading in and out a little bit.
Yeah. Now, I was interested in those relationship cards that you were showing.
Oh, these, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These are pretty cool. They're by John Holland. I like this deck. So do you have a relationship question?
Well, I do, but I feel like it's more important to ask a question about my spiritual work right now.
Okay.
I'm considering doing my healing work, but I'm having trouble with confidence and everything. And I totally believe in my guides and everything, but for some reason, it's hard for me to believe in myself right now. And I'm trying to work out my courage, and also I'm trying to, how do I get clientele, for this particular work that I want to do, body energy work.
Okay, so, well, I feel like first thing before I draw cards, those two things really go together, like believing in yourself and getting clients. Like those two things are a positive cycle. Like the more you believe in yourself, the more you attract clients. And so and the more clients you get, the more confident you feel and the more you believe in yourself. Right?
Yeah.
So those two things really work together. So I think, have you had any clients yet, or are you brand new?
I've taken a class. I've worked on a few people, but not really, any clients. Like someone, I just work on people that I know, friends and everything like that. Only a few.
Okay, so for this one, guys, everybody who's reading, I'm going to suggest you just pull one card, just asking the question, like, what does, sorry, am I saying your name right? Talia, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. So just asking, like, what does Talia need to know in order to believe in herself? Or how can she gain confidence in her healing abilities? So I think, because that's a good place to start. So I'm going to do this deck again because you were interested in this deck anyway. So it's funny how a lot of times I end up intending to do like when I do this for myself, I intend to do a relationship reading and cards come out about my business. And then I intend to do a business reading and cards come out about my relationship.
Well,
so
you know what the fun thing is? That I told you that I really want to do the relationship thing too, but then I feel like I want to do the relationship question, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it's important about my work too.
Yeah, well, maybe we have several people here who are drawing cards for you, so there's a good chance that some information is going to come through for your work and for your relationship. And this is being recorded so you can watch the replay too. And, because it's going to go by kind of quickly, so you can kind of see, like, listen to it later, thinking of it from the relationship standpoint and see, like, if you get any tidbits there. So a lot of times,
whoever flashed me that message, who was that? That's totally accurate, because that's what I've been doing right now, is writing things down. someone just, I got to read the comment, but someone said that I should be Zima.
Yeah, Zima says creative writing. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal, pen, an article, or a book. Yes, that's great. My card that I pulled up is Blossom.
Oh.
And this is funny because I was just talking about how it's like a positive spiral. I mean, this is just basically reiterating what I've already said to you. Is the more confidence you get, the more you're going to attract clients, and the more clients you get, the more you're going to have confidence. So but you have to start somewhere, right? So how can you get this kind of started spinning?
Right.
So I think doing things like this is great because hopefully as you're practicing here with us tonight, that's starting to build your confidence because you're connecting in with us, you know, so doing anything like that where you get the chance is great. And I'm getting for you, like one thing a lot of healers do when they're first starting out is that they'll do like a set number of free sessions in exchange for feedback so that they have like quotes from people to put on their website about their services. And so I do hear a lot of people have trouble where they don't have a good boundary with it, and sometimes they don't get the feedback they're asking for. So you want to make sure that you know, like the person you're working with has that expectation that yes, they're going to write down something nice about the experience and like also give you feedback if there's something not nice about the experience, so that helps you gain the confidence, and that helps you to also get social proof, it's called. That's when you have quotes from your past customers on your website. That's really, really, really helpful to get people to trust you and to buy from you because they see, oh, all these people have worked with her. She's legit. She works with people. They like her, you know? So that's a good way to start this like positive cycle spinning.
Yeah. I was hoping to start maybe making friends here, you know, of like minds. I'm having a hard time finding people, you know, that are like spiritual, you know, and I'm trying to reach out to everyone that, you know, everyone that I meet that is like-minded. And
yeah, that's a great place to start too. And if you don't know that many people personally, like I didn't know that many people when I first started this who were really into this stuff. So I had to go online to find a lot more people. So that might be the next step, but you can start with the people you know, because that's easier and more comfortable and helps you build the confidence. And then you can branch out. You can start talking to people in the Facebook group, and you can start your own Facebook group or your own Facebook page and things like that to like connect with more people from there. Because there are a ton of spiritual people. Sometimes they're just not always in your like inner circle. But sometimes when you talk to people about it, you find out that people are more open than you think too. So kind of use your intuition with that, like who you want to talk to about it, who you want to tell, or who you might want to offer a free session to in exchange for feedback. All right, so let's see what other people are pulling for you here. Okay, so I really like Zima's card about creative writing. I'm feeling like journaling is going to help you. Journaling is going to help you to get out those doubts that you're having that are making you not feel confident. Get it out of your system and journal about it and like forget it. Julie's pulling ground yourself. So yeah, that's very important too. Marie says, you're safe, Archangel Michael. So that's always good to know. Archangel Michael is there with you, is protecting you, is keeping you safe. Dawn got balance. So from Dawn's balance card, I get it's important to have that boundary. Like if you're going to work with people in exchange for feedback, make sure that they're giving you the feedback. Marta said, I drew 3 cards from Archangel Gabriel. Listen to only love, divine guidance, and helping children. That's interesting. Let go came out. Chris got 3 jumpers. The first was lovers. Okay, so there you go. There's a relationship one already. Lovers can also be like the push and pull of the yin and yang and the black and white, like 2 kind of opposing forces too, or like either like conflicting or working together.
Yeah.
Chrissy got us a help. What am I saying? Help. A card about exciting new opportunity and I'm a mess over here. Exciting new opportunity and career advancement. That's awesome. And the third card she got is expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, yeah. So she says that you're worried about everything, and so you're blocking success in your life. Okay.
That's so true.
So
I'm a worry.
Yeah, so that's a habit that you need to work on, because that's not going to help you succeed. And that's where I think the journaling that came up earlier is going to help with that. Like, that always helps me if I feel like I'm worrying. I can write it down and then like, get it out.
I just started journaling today. So, I mean, I've done it, but yeah.
That's very validating then. You were already on, like, you already got that. You didn't need us to tell you that, right?
It still helps.
Yeah, it's nice when it's validating. It's like something you've already been doing. Margie had from the unicorn deck, she says, you'll know in the morning. Put your questions out to the universe, relax, and let the answers come to you. That is a great tip too, is like ask questions like that before you go to sleep and set the intention to like have an answer when you wake up in the morning. So maybe I'm asking about who to approach for a free, intro reading or healing session.
Thanks, Zima. I want to say thanks, Zima. She's like, good to hear. I want to thank everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Delight.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That is an awesome name.
Thank you. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks for coming on. I hope that was helpful. So keep us posted.
Thank you.
Keep us posted in the Facebook group. Let us know how it goes.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Share if you get some feedback. Feel free to share with us and let us know how it was, how your sessions are going, and what your clients are saying. That's all stuff that you can share in the Facebook group, so that we can. I always like updates. I like to keep up on the storyline. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to turn.
Yeah, I turned it off. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to have time for at least one more person. And I want to talk to you a little bit more about Intuitive Oracle before we go to the next person, because that is the course that is open for just 2 more days. And I did this tonight to give everybody a taste of what Intuitive Oracle is like. So as I said before, it's a little bit different because we'll have fewer people in the call. Right now we have 12 people total. Usually in Intuitive Oracle, we have 4 or 5, including me. So it's a little bit more intimate. Everybody gets a little bit more time to talk about their question and share their cards. And we have everybody on screen at the same time on video. So it's like split into 4, and it's like the Brady Bunch. You have like 4 different people's faces. Everybody can show their cards right away. Everybody can take turns speaking instead of typing a little chat box. So it's just it's a little bit different format, but it's similar. It's on Zoom. So if you have this Zoom app, you can join in. You don't have to get any additional software or anything like that. But I want to show you guys, I'm going to share my screen quickly to show you what's in the course. And let's see. Huh. Oh, I forgot this. I made a 2 truths and a lie. Oh, let's do this real quick. This is silly, but I made this. I was going to start out with this and I forgot because I just got too excited to do the readings. So this is just about me. 2 truths or 3 truths and a lie. So type in the chat box, guys. Tell me which one you think is a lie. Number 1 is I love sauerkraut. Number 2, I enjoy beach trips to Mexico. 3, I have seen North Korea. And 4, I speak fluent Spanish. Which one do you think is a lie? It's just a little trivia about me because you guys all know my life story and my spiel. The second one, North Korea. Number 4, speaking fluent Spanish is a lie. Okay, so 2 people say number 2 is a lie. 2 people say number 4. 4 people say number 4. Marie says number 3. Okay. Okay, so 1 person so far has the answer. It is Marta. Number 2 is the lie, you guys. I enjoy beach trips to Mexico. I've never been to the beach in Mexico. I would probably enjoy it if I ever had gone, but I've never been. It is true. I love sauerkraut. It's true. I've seen North Korea. I went to South Korea and I hiked up on a mountain close enough to North Korea that I could see over the border. And I was like, wow, there it is, that crazy, mysterious land. And number 4, I speak fluent Spanish. I do. I used to be a Spanish teacher. So anyway, that's just about me. And I thought that was fun. So thanks for playing. All right. So, okay. So here's the point of Intuitive Oracle, is how to get the practice that you need to become a really good Oracle card reader and to be able to really use this either in a business to do readings for clients or just for yourself to be able to really connect in with your intuition with Oracle cards. So Intuitive Oracle is the course, and the whole point of this course is to learn to really trust your intuition. That is what we're focusing on through the whole thing. It's 6 weeks of trusting your intuition. So it's my signature Oracle card course. This slide says shower story because I actually downloaded the idea for this course in the shower. I was showering one day last spring and I had to get out because all of a sudden I had all these ideas of like what the 6 weeks were going to look like, what kind of spreads we were going to do, how everything was going to work. So I had to get out and write it all down in my journal, which got kind of wet. But it was cool to like channel this from the angels while I'm in the shower. So that's a great tip too for intuition. Like pay attention to what comes to you in the shower. So in this course, you're going to have the chance to practice readings for yourself and others, get feedback from supportive classmates like we just have been doing this evening. You're going to gain confidence and trust in your readings. And then there's also this toolbox of spiritual practices to support your readings. So in every session, I go over crystals, essential oils, meditations, affirmations, and different tools like that that can help you in these readings. So here are all kind of the pieces. You learn 11 different Oracle card spreads, but don't worry, don't feel overwhelmed with that. You'll have a cheat sheet and a workbook that you can print out, so you don't have to memorize anything, but you'll just learn how to do them, and then you can always go back. Video lessons. So you'll have a video lesson, and then on this slide says Wednesdays, we have our live practice. I think I'm going to change that to either Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to actually take a vote from all the students going through this round. So live practice is going to be very similar, like I said, to what we've been doing tonight, where we're reading for each other and practicing different spreads. And then the spiritual toolbox I mentioned, that's where I tell you about crystals, essential oils, all that stuff. And all that stuff is optional. It's just really nice to learn how all of those things can fit in with your Oracle card readings. So here's how the course works. Weeks 1 through 3 are about healing your intuition. 4 through 6 are about developing your intuition. So this is how you can really start to be able to trust your own intuition, is that first you're healing it. So you are clearing out your doubts and fears and blocks. And you're doing this with Oracle cards. You're learning kind of where some of your weaknesses are and you're working to heal them so that then you know that you have a positive, light, shiny, vibrant intuition. And then weeks 4 through 6, you're really working to use that intuition. So I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. In week 1, you learn about intuition and energetic boundaries. So you get to find out what type of, like, how do you get intuitive information? How does it work for you? And you'll meet Archangel Michael, find out how he can help you with your readings. Then week 2 is about healing your aura, which is your energy body. You'll meet Archangel Raphael, learn how to clear emotional, mental, and spiritual blocks. So that actually is something that came up in the last reading with Talia. Sounds like she was having some blocks with the worrying. So that's the kind of thing that you learn to clear out in this second week with healing your aura. Third week, kind of similar, but it's your chakras, which are the energy organs of your body, and you learn how to charge, balance, and heal and clear those. And you also meet Archangel Metatron to find out how he can help you with that. Then week 4. So the first 3 weeks are all about clearing out and charging and balancing your intuitive body. And then you start doing more readings, more specific readings for each other. So this is when you can do decision-making and life purpose readings. So we kind of did that a little bit earlier for Chrissy. We pulled 2 cards for her, stay home for a year or start going back to work. It's kind of a similar decision-making reading, but we also we take it a little deeper, we make it a little bit more complex in the course. And then week 5 is relationships. Everybody loves this. You have relationship questions. You learn how to read for friends, family, romantic partners, coworkers, every type of relationship in your life. And this one has 4 different spreads. So you can really personalize it based on what's going on in your situation. And the last one is manifesting in abundance, which is also super fun. People learn a lot about how they can create more money in their life, more prosperity, more time, more freedom in general. And you meet Archangel Ariel too. So those are the 6 weeks. There's also a Facebook group where people will connect to practice on each other during the week. And let me see what else I need to mention right now. There's alumni practice sessions, so we keep practicing beyond the actual 6 weeks. Every other month, I get together with all the alumni in this course to continue practicing on each other and do practice reading sessions just like we're doing tonight. Okay, and then the second option, so that is Intuitive Oracle, so you can join that and get all of that. And then there's Intuitive Oracle Pro, which gives you all of that, plus information on how you can make money to read by reading Oracle cards professionally. So it has everything I just mentioned, plus you also get a one-on-one business coaching session with me, a live workshop about how to get your first paying clients, which is already something that came up tonight. So I know that's important for some of you tonight. How to get your first paying clients. And then I'm going to be making a new course called Facebook Ads for Spiritual Entrepreneurs. So you will get free access to that when it's coming out too. All right. So this course is really designed to give you serious clarity, better energetic boundaries, clear out your energetic clutter, ground your energy, tap into your intuition, and give and receive tons of readings on topics that are important to you. And then the Intuitive Oracle Pro, if you want to go pro, you're going to get clarity on how to start your own business and start making money from doing Oracle card readings. Okay, so here's a couple quotes from my students. This is just what I was mentioning earlier to Talia. This is super important to get these social proof and testimonials from your past students. And they loved it. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. That's boring. They loved it. They got a lot of confidence. They liked the group reading sessions. They trust their intuition a lot more. That's basically what people say about this course, which is super fun. Okay, so how much money is it? This is important. Everybody always wonders. Here's another quote from my student. She said my course was priceless. So just throwing that in there. All right, so Intuitive Oracle, this is not for the pro level. This is for just the basic 6-week course. And I'm actually going to do, for the next 48 hours, I'm going to let you guys choose your price. So when you go to the website, you have 3 buttons that you can choose from. So you can pay $588, $488, or $388, whichever one is best for you. You can choose whatever price, because I have not been completely clear on what price to charge. So I asked my guides and they said, let people choose, just let them decide how much they want to pay. So those are your options. Or you can also do a payment plan of $118 for 4 months. So you have 4 options for that. Then if you're interested in the pro level, your prices are $788, $688, or $588. And just a side note, this is tax deductible. So if you have your own business, or you're starting a business, you're going to be able to write this off on your taxes, which is always awesome. So it actually costs less than this in the end, in the big picture of things. And then there's also a payment plan for that one, which is $158 per month. So, and there is one fast action bonus for you guys. If you join while we're still live here doing this reading practice, I'm going to stick around for about 15 more minutes. And if you join while I'm still on, you get a free 30-minute session with me, which is a $100 value. So you get to choose your own price and you get a free session with me where we can practice readings. We can read for each other. I can help you talk more about your business plan, or we can just do a reading for you and see, what comes up for you from your angels and guides. So you have 48 hours to decide. You get that fast action bonus if you sign up tonight. But you can do the choose your own price deal for the next 48 hours, and then the course is going to close until 2017. You're not going to have another chance to get in here until spring of 2017. So that's what I said already. It's delightboss.com/intuitive oracle. I'm going to put the link inside of the chat. So if you want to jump on that fast action bonus, you can. Let me go over here. I saw a couple people chatting. All right. Marie says she needs more money. I know, that's why I'm offering this. So it's delightboss.com/intuitive oracle. So lots of people are saying that they need more money. I'm hearing this so much from my tribe and people on my email list, people on my Facebook group. They need more money. So the thing is, sometimes it takes money to make money, right? So you need to invest in something. You need to invest in a skill. You need to invest in a certification. I should mention that. If you do Intuitive Oracle, you get a certification. So you're a certified card reader and you can start making money with that. So a lot of people are looking for that right now, and that's something I'm offering. Julie says, I'm not doing very well tonight, so much for my intuition. Oh no, Julie, you're having the opposite experience of what I was hoping for there. Don't give up, okay? So it sounds like so guys, if you feel like Julie's having a moment here, she's feeling like her intuition is off. And it's okay, you can just take some breaths, recenter yourself, refocus yourself, even re-say that invocation where you're asking for information to come up for everybody's greatest good. Chris says, a good way to stay at home and study for a new career. Oh my gosh, Chris, yes, totally. That is such a good point, it would be a great way to stay at home and study for a new career, because there's only 1 hour per week that you need to be on live. And it's going to be probably this same time of day, either on a Monday or a Tuesday. So, it is a great option if you need a flexible schedule, if you need to, like, all of the lessons you can do on your own time. You can also do stuff in the Facebook group to practice, and then just that 1 hour a week, you need to try to be live to get the most out of it. So yeah, that's funny. It totally connects in. Marta says, what's the difference between the pro and the regular? Okay, so the regular Intuitive Oracle has the 6 weeks where you're learning how to heal your intuition and then develop your intuition. So you can take what you learn in Intuitive Oracle and use it professionally. But if you pay the extra to join Intuitive Oracle Pro, you're going to get extra business training from me. So you're going to get a one-on-one session with me, which is $200 value. You're going to get a business workshop that I'm going to do about how to get your first paid clients, because I'm getting that question a lot. So I think that's an important thing people are wondering about, especially because it already came up tonight with Talia. That was so cool. And then you're also going to get a free course called Facebook Ads for Spiritual Entrepreneurs, because that is like an amazing way that I've grown my business, is to do Facebook ads. And I want to share with you guys how to do that as well. So that is kind of the wave of the future for business people, is Facebook ads. And I want to share with other spiritual entrepreneurs how we can put more love and light out onto Facebook. So the price difference between those two is like $200. Or if you do the payment plan, I believe it's $40 a month is the price difference. But like I said, you can write off the pro one, you can write off on your taxes. Actually though, that's not, you could write off Intuitive Oracle one on your taxes too. If you already have an existing business, you already kind of have stuff going on, you just want to add the Oracle cards into what you're already doing. Like I've had people like that take the course, like a life coach. She's like, oh, I want to just do Oracle cards with my life coaching. I think would really add to the experience for my clients. Yeah, then you can write that off on your business too, on your taxes. So that's always a great benefit of taking, educational courses like this, is that you get a tax break. So it actually costs less than it looks like it costs. Yeah. Awesome. So again, guys, let's do one more practice reading. I always go longer than I expect to. This goes by so fast. I always am like, let's do an hour, and then I do an hour and 15 minutes. That's okay. I really want to do one more reading. And just a reminder, while we're here doing this last reading, you can grab that fast action bonus, which is an additional 30 minutes with me. So if you were to join at the pro level, you would get an hour with me plus 30 extra minutes. You get 90 minutes with me if you join tonight. So think about it. Maybe pull a card for it. Actually, I have one person who just joined, and she pulled a card to ask, like, is this a good time for me to take Intuitive Oracle? And the card said, go for it, or something. Like, literally, it was awesome. Tasha, oh no. Tasha, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes, Tasha, you're going to be able to access the video. I'm going to be sending out a replay so you can rewatch. That's so strange. I wonder if I made a mistake with that, or if that was some kind of email hiccup. So let's do one more reading. I was going to say something though. I got distracted. I guess it'll come back to me if I need it. Yes, Zima. Let's do Zima. Okay, you're unmuted. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. Am I saying your name right, Zima?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm 2 for 2 tonight. Sometimes it's like, you don't always know how to pronounce things when you read them. So sometimes I mess up. So feel free to connect or correct me.
Hi.
Okay, so what's going on with you? What can we help you with?
Mine's is a relationship question.
Okay.
I'm not in a relationship, but I'm talking to two people not even talking to them like that, but we are speaking. One of them I like more than the other one. One's older than me. One's younger than me. I don't know which way to go. The one that's older than me is kind of annoying me. I don't know. He just kind of acts a little bit immature, like always about him. And I've had 2 or 3 people do readings for me and say like the younger one.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you there because we want to be able to get this information from the reading. So
Okay.
is it okay with you if we just draw one card for the older one and one card for the younger, and then just see what we get from there and see if that validates, what you might have gotten from other people or what you were feeling in your heart? Will that work for you?
Yeah,
okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, because that helps us as we're practicing with our intuition. Because if you say too much, then and we get that in the cards, then we can our ego can easily fire up and say, well, you just got that because she already told you that. You already knew that, So it doesn't give us the chance to get it intuitively. So, okay, so we're going to do one card for the older guy.
Yeah.
One card for the younger.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so everybody's going to draw 2 cards. Even though this is a relationship question, I'm going to do the Angel Answers deck for this one. So I'm clearing the deck out again. Lots of clearing tonight. Okay, so guys, just side note here. How I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to cut it where it feels good, and I'm going to take the 2 from the top. One is for the older and one is for the younger. Okay, so I'm going to hold back and not share my cards until some other people share. So once we see some people typing in the chat, I will share what I get. We'll let some other people go first. Okay, Don says, choose a new direction, there's something better. Okay, was that towards the older or the younger? Marta got express your inner truth for the younger, perfectionism for the older. Interesting. Chrissy says it's conflicting. I get a yes for the older and perfect. Wait, yes for older and perfect timing for older? Must have made a mistake. Perfect timing for younger? Okay. Acer got number 1, Azure, number 2, Archangel Gabriel. Ooh, Tasha got failure for the older and desire for the younger. Interesting. Okay, so guys, kind of now you've stated what you pulled. can you decipher like which one feels better to you? Does one of them feel better to you? Like I'm actually looking at mine and I'm not totally sure. So I can see why she's having a hard time deciding this, because to me, neither one is really standing out really strong. Okay, Dawn says neither. So that could be that neither one is really the best match for you. Or it could be that, okay, so what I got for the older guy is don't stop. So it might be the case that, you know, he's not like ultimately the best match for you, but like there's something there to learn from the situation. So I'm getting that. Don't stop talking to that person yet. And for the younger, I get improving health, which is really interesting. I'm not totally sure what health has to do with it, except that it also feels positive and it feels uplifting. And I don't know, like I'm kind of like hearing, you know, that movie called Stella, when Stella got her groove back or something.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm getting about this from the younger guy, is that's how it's kind of improving your health. It's kind of like improving your confidence, or improving like you feeling like you have something to offer as a partner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool.
I'm just laughing because remember you stopped me and you said, don't say anything about what people have said to me already. Like, you do the reading and see what people are saying. You're saying what I've been told already. So
Really?
that's why I'm laughing. Yeah, it makes perfect sense what you're saying.
Oh, that's funny.
I've been told about my health as well to do with the young guy, because we both got anxiety. So it makes sense. Like, he's helping me through it and I'm helping him through it. And we've both lost kids at the same time, like prematurely. So we're both helping each other that way. So I understand now why you stopped me from saying it, because when I'm saying this now, it makes sense for what you're saying back to me.
That's so cool, right? Like, and so guys, again, here's an example of how I got this card, improving health, for the younger guy she's talking to. Like, what does health have to do with her potentially dating somebody? I'm so confused. I could go into this zone and go, oh, my intuition is so off. What's wrong with me? But I didn't. I was just like, well, I got health, and it totally made sense to her. Like, she had a connection with that right away. So that's really cool about just following, you know, what you get and just throw it out there, and you don't have to make any assumptions. Chris said for the older guy. This is for the younger guy. The improving health that we're just talking about is about the younger guy, because they have some things in common with mental health, actually. And I saw the pictures you posted too of your son. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're finding somebody, you know, who you can kind of like share that experience with.
Thank you for making this group as well, because I come to it every day. It helps me every day. I always have to look into this group. Helps me a lot.
Oh, that's so great. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, what else did I miss here? Marie said, you think she needs to trust what she already knows about the two guys, heal any past hurts to move forward. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, so that's an interesting point, is trusting what you already know. So I'm curious, like, why are you asking again when you've had people read for you? Is something not quite resonating from that? Are you still not sure?
Yeah,
or just wanting more? Sorry, go ahead.
I talked to both. The older guy, he's lost a child too. But I don't know with him, I don't know. He irritates me, but, you know, like, he makes plans to do things and then it doesn't work out, but it's because he hasn't phoned me, and then he'll say it's my fault. I'm like, how is it my fault when you're not phoning me? Am I supposed to chase you? I don't know, but it's just annoying me. It's just too much work. It's just too much effort. I don't know. But I do know when you're saying don't stop talking to him, I have, but then I feel a bit sorry for him because he's lost a child too. And we was talking about that. None of us have spoken like romantically. We all speak about like anxiety or our kids, but I know they both like me. I like both of them too, but I'm kind of like torn which way to go. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. So when you say that, I get like the don't stop is like, you don't have to cut this person out of your life. Like, maybe he's not a match for you romantically just because of your different styles with like planning things, or, you know, that like, that's so annoying. I totally get that. Like, I'm dating too, and that is like, to me, that's like seriously like a deal breaker. Oh, but then Marie comes in. She says for the older guy, she got be willing to forgive.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I blank all his texts and everything now. Because he's irritated me that much, but I do feel a bit bad.
Okay, Chris pulled another one and said there's something better. What is that about? Was that for younger or older? Marta said, I think I got the cards confused in my reading. The younger one is perfectionism. The older one is express your inner truth. Interesting.
I've got told that the younger one's my twin flame. So I was like, huh?
Oh.
2 people told me that. So that's why I put it in the group. I was going to see if anyone's going to say it. That's why I asked the question today. So that's why they're a bit more confused.
That's kind of a big deal. Someone is your twin flame. Well, one thing that comes up about that is that doesn't mean that your relationship is like easy or perfect. If they're your twin flame, sometimes your twin flame was like, depending on where your twin flame basically is that your souls almost were one at some point and split apart and now are coming back together. But depending on where that soul's evolution is at, coming back together could be great and wonderful and like blissful, or it could be kind of conflicting. So more will be revealed. So it seems like there's quite a bit of confusion here and quite a bit of like switching back and forth, but at the same time also validating what you've gotten before about, I mean, it sounds like from what we're talking about here, it's like leaning more towards the younger one potentially. If you're going to pursue anything romantically, maybe the younger one is the better option.
Everybody's saying the same thing, but I feel funny because he's younger.
How much younger?
11 years.
Oh, yeah, that's like...
And the older one's 4 years older than me.
Okay. Yeah, I get you with that. I would think twice about that too, but like that doesn't like ring an alarm or anything. That doesn't sound like a deal breaker to me. That sounds like like it's making me think that for me in dating right now, I've been getting guidance to try something different. And so that's immediately what I thought of when you said he's 11 years younger. To try something different.
Yeah.
Like date somebody you normally wouldn't, that's definitely not the most important thing about someone, is their age. It's like
I've been told
as a person.
Date someone that's not your usual type.
Right. Yeah. Same idea. Okay, sweet. So I think, are you feeling complete with that?
Yeah, everybody's helped me. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Let's go. Let's see here. Yeah. Margie says, both are good as friends only for now. Make a wish, expect the best, and just be yourself. Oh, those are great, Margie. That's awesome. Okay, Molly's asking, if your soul splits apart, wouldn't you technically be conscious of 2 lives? I don't know, Molly. You ask some amazing questions sometimes. I have no idea. I don't think, I don't think you are right now. Maybe. I don't know how it works. I'm not even totally sure. Like, I like the idea of a twin flame. I know I haven't met mine yet. So maybe if I meet mine and I really feel like this person is my twin flame, I'll report back to you guys, because right now I don't really know. Twin flame, I'm like, sounds interesting. I don't know for sure. I'm sorry some of you guys came in late. That's a serious bummer. I hope that I didn't mess up that email. Maybe I did, or something happened in email land where it came in later than it was supposed to. So that's a bummer, but this is going to be on replay. I actually need to get going, so we don't have time to do any more readings, but you are free to continue this inside of the Empath Oasis Facebook group there. If you would like a reading, you can post there. You can tag some of these people. Hopefully you guys can all recognize each other here in the group, and you can connect inside of the Facebook group. And again, Intuitive Oracle is open for 48 hours. You just have time to get that fast action bonus though tonight. You get a free 30-minute reading with me if you choose to join. And you have that choose your own price option. There's 3 different prices for you. So you can choose the one that works best for you, because that's what I was guided to do. So if you have any questions at all about the course, you've got 2 days to decide before it closes. So just please reply to one of the emails or PM me on Facebook, and we can talk and decide if it's the right thing for you. So again, for all the people who are wanting to manifest money and wanting to create more money in their lives, I offer you Intuitive Oracle Pro to learn how to read Oracle cards as a business on the side to make more money. So just feeling called to say that one more time, because that is something that people are really asking me about lately. And this is one idea I have for you, something to consider. So check in with your angels and guides, pull some cards, see if it feels right for you. And like I said, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to be sending the replay of this out so you can watch it again, or if you came in late and you didn't get to see the beginning, you can see the whole thing. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This was super fun. I hope you have a fantastic weekend as well. So bye, everybody.